I could think of 4 words to describe that game: embarrassing, atrocious, laughable, disgraceful. Yeah, that bad. That game was absolute dog shit. The game was absolute dog shit. The Phillies get absolutely destroyed by the Atlanta Braves by a score of 9-2. Going into this series, this was the biggest series possibly of the season. You have a chance of catching some games on the Atlanta Braves, who are struggling. They have lost 6 out of their last 8. We have won 6 out of our last 8 coming into this series. The Braves haven't been hitting well. Their pitching hasn't been that good either. What do you know? They come into this series, the first game, absolutely destroy us. Our bats went dead silent once again. Jake Arrieta had a terrible 5th inning. And Gabe Kapler's decision with the bullpen, Cole Irvin, in the 6th inning, atrocious. Still, he brings them back in to bat when we have runners in scoring position. You vouched to keep this guy in the ball game. Why? What is the decision making right there? What is the thought process right there? What is the thought process of keeping Cole Irvin on the mound when you have chances to score? And also, matter of fact, we had chances to score early in this game before the Braves went crazy in the 5th and 6th innings, scoring all those runs. We had chances, and we didn't get that hit. We didn't get that timely hit to possibly give us some momentum. We didn't get it at all. Jake Arrieta on the mound. Like I said earlier, the start gives up a run in the 1st inning, but then he settles down after that. Gets into the 5th inning. The Phillies still fail to score on some of their scoring opportunities. And when the Phillies fail to do something, when Jake Arrieta's on the mound, he kind of falters after that. He goes into the 5th inning. Absolutely sucks. He goes 5 full innings, 5 hits, 4 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a home run given up. Jake Arrieta, I know he's going through this bone spur thing in his elbow, so it's really harsh to judge him, because he was solid through majority of this ballgame till that 5th. I honestly forgot he pitched 5 innings in this ballgame because I want to forget that 5th inning. That 5th inning was terrible. That 5th inning was so bad. So bad. It's just throughout this ballgame, after Jake Arrieta was done, when Cole Irvin comes onto the mound, and he's still in the ballgame after he allows 4 runs on 2 bases loaded walks. So the dude's not even throwing strikes. In that 6th inning with the Atlanta Braves, when they scored those runs, they only had 1 hit. They didn't score a run on hits at all. 2 walks, fielder's choice, and a sac fly. That's how they scored their 4 runs off Cole Irvin. You still vouch to keep him in the 6th inning to bat with runners in scoring position. That just shows Gabe Kapler gave up on this ballgame already. That's just disgraceful. How you give up on a chance to score runs like that, regardless whether the score is 9-1, 6-1. In Gabe Kapler's press conference, he was talking about, if there was bases loaded and no outs, I would have brought in Sean Rodriguez. You had 2 runners on, and you still vouched to keep Cole Irvin in with 1 out. I would have taken the chances at all to score any runs just to gain some momentum. And then he's talking about resting arms for the rest of the series. Resting arms? You had a day off this past week on Monday. You had a day off on Thursday. You're going to have a day off on Monday after the series is over. What is the point of resting arms? This is the biggest series of the season. The biggest series. Something that can define your series going down the stretch. And we're talking about resting bullpen arms? You gave up on the goddamn game. You gave up. And the fact that my voice is cracking, that's how pissed I am right now. Because when I start to scream, my voice starts to crack, and I hate that. But just the offense, dead asleep. And I can recall many times in this ball game when we had opportunities to score. We had opportunities. In the 4th inning, we had 2 men on with 1 out for Maikel Franco. He grounds, first pitch, he grounds into the double play. First pitch. And he ends the inning. We actually try to make a little bit of a run ourselves in the 5th inning after the Braves do their thing in the 5th. Bryce Harper gets an RBI single. Rhys Hoskins walks to get the bases loaded. JT Realmuto with the bases loaded. And actually the Braves take out Soroka in this game. Soroka, he wasn't pitching, I wouldn't say bad. He wasn't pitching bad at all. There were some moments where he left some pitches out over the plate. And the Phillies hitters just couldn't catch up to the damn ball, or they were just fouling it off all over the place. I don't get what's with this team and missing pitches right over the heart of the plate. That's another thing that boggles me. We can't hit things down the middle. And in that 5th inning, after Soroka gets taken out, they bring in the guy from the They bring in the bullpen. It was Newcomb they bring in from the bullpen. Has to face JT Realmuto. And there's been a lot of talks before this ball game with JT Realmuto not being the guy that we traded for offensive-wise, having a really not to standard offensive season. You can really say that about the entire Phillies lineup. Guys like Gene Segura, guys like Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper not playing to his MVP level, even though he's having a pretty solid season. Guys like Cesar Hernandez, Maikel Franco, just a ton of guys not playing up to standard. And they were going off on JT Realmuto on how good his season offensively was with the Marlins last year compared to this season. How we traded for him, how his offense might have changed coming into a new ballpark in Citizens Bank Park because he struggled so much in Miami last year, hitting-wise at home, because he was a beast when he was on the road. So they thought, oh, he comes to Philadelphia, he gets a hit in a hitter-friendly ballpark like CBP. Oh, he might stand out and become an all-star hitter, even though he was an all-star this year. His defense is nothing to be underrated about, because his defense has been absolutely amazing this year, throwing at guys at least 45% of the time. I think he's going to be up for the Gold Glove for catchers, but his offense, that's the most thing that's going to be talked about. His offense just hasn't been there. And I'm not defending JT Realmuto whatsoever, but this is his first season with a team that actually has a chance to contend. He spent his whole career with the Miami Marlins, who were nowhere close to contention. He didn't play in any kind of pressure situation with Miami Marlins. He just went out there and did his thing. Now he comes to Philadelphia in the beginning of the year, and he has some pressure on him because this Phillies team was built to do some damage in the NL East. Still, not making any excuses because JT Realmuto has been a little bit underwhelming offensively, but still, this is his first season with any kind of pressure on him to be a contender. But I'm not going to make that excuse for him because he comes up with the bases loaded with 2 outs. He grounds out. So we don't score if any opportunity is there. And the Braves, like what happened in the 6th inning, with Cole Irvin on the mound, they score 4 runs. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how badly Gabe Kapler threw away this ball game. Even though we were out of it from the beginning, it's just amazing how he gave up. It's amazing how he gave up. Letting Cole Irvin stay in there to hit with 2 runners on base. Not vouching to get at least a couple runs on the board to maybe spark your offense a little bit. And this is in the 6th inning we're talking about. If this was like the 8th inning, the 9th inning, yeah, just understandably keeping him in there because you're nowhere close to coming back in this ballgame down 9-1. But it's the 6th inning. You have at least 3-4 innings to score some runs. And you're leaving your bullpen pitcher out there to bat with runners on base. It's just, what is the thought process there? What is it? And also, they were talking about post-game live, how the Phillies bench, we only have 4 players on there right now, and also inducing that Brad Miller is on the 10-day IL after the series against the Tigers, so we're short on the bench right now. And also during this ballgame, it also showed that Gabe Kapler gave up. He brought in Andrew Knapp to replace JT Realmuto in the 7th inning. So that already shows to go that he gave up on the ballgame. And also a meaningless home run by Gene Segura in the 8th inning. No, the 7th inning, actually. Meaningless home run. Yeah, it was a nice home run. Didn't mean anything. A run on the board. 9-2. Woohoo. It's just... This series was so important. And you bring out that kind of... You bring out that kind of effort. There was just nothing there. Nothing there at all. Nothing there. And... Like, I don't want to fully blame this on Gabe Kapler, but just that decision making. Letting Cole Irvin go out there, he's getting knocked around the board. You don't even put a bullpen guy up there to replace him, even though he's struggling through the 6th inning. There's no one even up there when he's struggling through that 6th. He's letting him ride his course. Oh, we're confident in Cole Irvin. Yeah, he's getting beat the hell out of on the mound. Yeah, so much confidence in this guy. I have so much confidence that he's going to allow 10 runs the next inning. Oh boy. It's just, what is the thought process right there? What is the thought process? And we have Zach Eflin on the mound tomorrow. That's big hope. Zach Eflin's been sucking the past so many starts. He forgot how to pitch. So, what's going to happen with Zach Eflin tomorrow? I don't know. We got a throwback night tomorrow with the burgundy red uniforms. Oh boy, maybe that'll spark something up. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't give you the answers because this team absolutely stunk tonight. They stunk. No effort whatsoever. Runners in scoring position popping up, grounding out. It's just I'm just baffled. I am so baffled on how you bring this kind of effort out in such an important game to start off a series. You are at least a half game out of the wild card. The Braves, I think they had at least a 4 or 5 game lead on you for the first place in the NL. And this series was so important. I'm not saying sweep the damn team, but at least throw some kind of contention in the damn game. And now you gotta win the last 2 games of the series to give yourselves any kind of hope. You have to win the last 2 games. You have to do something. Because you can't lose 2 out of 3. You can't get goddamn swept. And oh boy, if they get swept, that'll be funny. So, what are your thoughts on this ball game? What are your thoughts on Jake Arrieta's outing? What are your thoughts on the offense sticking once again? What are your thoughts on Gabe Kapler's decisions keeping Cole Irvin out there? What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts going into tomorrow? Do you have any kind of hope with Zach Eflin on the mound at all? Do you have any kind of hope? I don't know. Please, someone tell me, do you have hope? Someone provide me some hope. Let me drink the Kool-Aid that you're drinking. Oh, my goodness. So don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh my god, this game pissed me off so much, it's not even funny.